I want you to write, if you want to stand out, if you want to stand out, if you want to stand out, put a comma after the word out. Don't be reckless. Don't be reckless. Be outstanding. If you want to stand out, don't be reckless. Be outstanding. You turn on the television today, and it's not all, because I believe there are more young people, there are more teens like you doing the right thing, being inspired, doing things to help you to achieve. But then there are a lot of teens today, though, they're choosing to be reckless. Because why? They want to stand out. They say, hey, this is the way I achieve respect. This is the way I get respect. But if you really want to stand out, don't be reckless. Be outstanding. Set your bar to a higher level. Do what it is you have to do. And then on the count of 3, read this with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I am the architect of my future. You are the architect of your future. No matter who says or does anything to you, you determine where you land. You determine how you fare in life. If you want greatness, go after greatness. The next thing, resourceful. Resourceful. On the count of 3, read this with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I will win in life with people, organizations, and information. These are all my resources. Ladies and gentlemen, you win in life with people. You're not going to be able to do it alone. Sometimes you become a teenager, you reach middle school age, high school age, and you start to claim your independence. And you start to feel that, hey, I don't need my parents. I don't need the teachers. I don't need the guidance counselors or the administrators. I got this. But I'm here to tell you that you win in life with people. You're not going to be able to do it by yourself. The more people that you have in your life that can help you in a positive way, the better it is in you tapping into your resources and creating the level of success that you actually need to achieve the true greatness that I'm talking about you achieving. Now, I want to ask you a real quick question in being resourceful. You get out of school today, you go home. And when you get home, you discover there's no food in the refrigerator, it's no food in the cabinet, it's no food in your house. That last pack of crackers you had under your bed, that last M&M, Skittles, or whatever you had hidden, somebody took that too. So it's no food in the house. What are you going to do? Anyone? We're going to do what? Where are you going to buy it from? Stores closed. Stores closed today. It was early. No stores open. You can't even go to the gas station and get a Snicker bar. What are you going to do? You're going to go at a friend's house? Your friend's food got took too, so they're not going to do it for you. What are you going to do? You want to go where? Grandmother's house? Your grandmother's at bingo. She's not there. What are you going to do? What do you say? Your who? Your garden? You got, okay, it was cold last night. The rabbit and the deer ate your garden. You have no food. What are you going to do? Call Pizza Hut? Their numbers disconnected. Pizza Hut? Yes.
Make a spear out of a stick and then go hunting.
He said make a spear out of a stick and go hunting. He has no knife, no chisel, nothing to make a spear. But here's the point I want to make, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the point that I'm making about being resourceful. None of you said that you were going to sit. None of you said you were going to quit. You kept coming up with other options. You kept thinking about other ideas. See, when you were born to be great, that's what you have to do. When things happen to you in school, you study for a test and you didn't do as well as you thought, you go back and you think of, how can I prepare better? How can I be resourceful? Who can help me to learn what it is I need to learn? But A lot of times today, young people run into one obstacle. When you ask them, did you get your applications for college? Well, I called and the lady acted like she didn't want to help me. Why did you stop? When I told you no food, you were hungry. You went to grandma's house, you called Pizza Hut, you went to your friend's house, you kept going. That's what it takes if you want true greatness today. You have to keep going. You have to look at it as I have to eat. I have to eat. And you getting the best education and you learning about leadership, that's a part of you getting that nourishment. A part of not giving up is a part of having that mental toughness to bounce back again and again. On the count of 3, read this with me. 1, 2, 3. I was born with bounce back ability. Everyone in this room was born with bounce back ability. Things are going to be said to you. Things are going to be done to you in your life. You're going to fall short on some of your goals. You're going to find yourself sometimes struggling, trying to figure out how am I going to make this happen. But you have to have bounce back ability. You have to tell yourself, I was born to be great. See, at the age of 2, my brother and I, we were taken out of my mother's home by the Child Protective Agency in Baltimore, and we were put into foster care for 5 years. And I can remember that day. Yes, at the age of 2. It was night, it was cold, it was raining, and we were being taken, and I'm looking back at my mother, we're being put in the car, we're being told we got to go with them. And then when we got there, my brother, he's 1 year older than I am, and he's trying to comfort me. And it was a nurse there, and she talked to me the whole time. And then by the age of 7, my brother and I, we were able to go back to my biological mother's home. And she raised us in a community in South Baltimore known as Cherry Hill. And in South Baltimore, the community known as Cherry Hill, is that community when you cut on the television and you're looking at news at night and the only thing you see is crime, crack addicts, people who are in poverty, below poverty. And the young men in that community, we were told that only 2 things come out of Cherry Hill as far as young black men: criminals and jail time. But I had a mother, even though I went through the challenge and the struggles that I had early in my life, my mother taught us. She said, education, education, education. She said, once you put it here, no one can take it from you. So that was the thing that helped to make me resilient, that helped me to bounce back, because I spent a large portion of my life being bitter, asking questions to myself, why was I in foster care? Why didn't I have a dad? Why didn't I have a man to sit me on his lap and teach me about what growing into a young teenage boy and then a young male adult, what that's all about? And I used to sit down and I would cry at night. I would cry at night. But at the same time, I was building up my resilience, because I knew that somewhere, somehow, I could make a difference. I could be great. Oh, you get ready to get your turn now. So on the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3, get it to me. This side ready again? All right. Before we get started, I want to tell you a story. It's a story about a young lady. She's running through the woods. She's being chased by a hungry lion. And she's running, she's running, she's running. She gets to the cliff, and she has 2 options. One is to jump up. She is a tree right there with a branch protruding. She's going to jump up and pull herself up and pull herself to safety, or she jumps off the cliff to her demise. So the young lady, she jumps up and she misses the branch. And she sees the lion getting closer. So this time she goes down into almost a stoop and she pushes with all her might. And she grabs for the branch again. This time she misses the branch once again. But she catches it on the way down. You can always make your best better. You can always outdo your expectation with effort. So on the count of 3, give it to me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, give it to me. All right. My point is, in just that little moment, you change your level of energy. You change your level of enthusiasm. Even Angel said, hey, are we going to get another shot? See, that's being passionate. That's being driven to outdo your best and make your best. See your picture here, your name here. Because each and every one of you, like I say again, was born. There's greatness in this room. Who are you? Here I am. All right, give yourselves a round of applause.